This short video shows how digital dentistry is changing the way we work in all aspects of this field. It highlights the benefits of being on site to the implant centre for the patient, the clinic and the laboratory in so many ways. The patient, who kindly agreed to being filmed on the day, had never visited the implant centre before. He had several telephone consultations to ensure we all had a degree of insight into his treatment plan. He arrived at 8:30, he met Bill Schaefer, the surgeon, and Bill's supporting team. CT scans were taken at this point, along with the Trios intraoral scans. This now is where all of the team collaborate to decide on implant position, guide design, complications, and discuss contingencies should for any reason things not go to plan. Once the scans have been taken, Bill takes a quick look to make sure that the patient is suitable for implant placements. We also discuss at this point whether it's going to be tooth-borne, tissue-borne, allowing us to design the guide accordingly. Lola, our trained technician, discusses the guide design with Bill before finalising it and starting the printing process. Once approved, the 3D printing process can start. This is a tooth-borne design, and for that, the blocks indicate the cutout areas so that the surgeon can ensure that the guide is fully seated against the tooth, so the drill guide is placed accurately and the implant is in the correct place. The intraoral scan is exported to the laboratory where we start designing the crown, ensuring subgingival contour, cleansability, function and aesthetics are all given consideration. So the guide is just finessed, and before it's sent for print, it's smoothed, making sure that there aren't any sharp edges that could cause pain to the patient when the guide is placed. This is a mock-up of how the guide will print, with its tiny little supports ensuring the guide doesn't distort during the printing process. Once the printing process is finished, the guide is trimmed and processed according to clinical instructions. Here you can see Lola removing the guide from the print plate, checking it visually, and then putting it in a high-intensity light and nitrogen bath. This ensures correct polymerization for biocompatibility. The patient returns to surgery and is made ready for implant placement. The guide making this a very simple procedure. Once the implant is placed, an intraoral scan flag is placed in the implant and the intraoral scan exported to the lab, where we start designing the crown. During the design, it is essential that we take into consideration the subgingival contour, cleansability, function and aesthetics, as these are all vital components to make the restoration successful. And we have many tools on the software making this a fairly simple but accurate process. The whole process was completed in just over 5 hours, from the patient first walking into reception, seeing the surgeon, meeting the team, watching the process through the day and walking out with a temporary crown in the afternoon. Predictable outcomes are what we're looking for. The finalised design is then transferred to the CAM for milling. The PMMA disc of the correct shade is then chosen. Applied to the titanium base. The margins are checked and polished. Crown is then disinfected and sent back to surgery, ready for fitting.
My experience here has been second to none. The attention to detail has been fantastic, and the technology, and I would question why anyone would want to place an implant any other way. brilliant, you know, that you can see something, how it's going to fit, you know, before you actually place it, so you know you're going to get a perfect, you know, result. And even in my case, there's quite a small gap, and the position of my original tooth was not, it was in an awkward position, and we're now able to put the implant in a much nicer place than probably the original tooth root was. It's going to somewhere where I can trust and feel comfortable, and with a good team of people that are friendly as well makes a big difference.
I'm incredibly proud of what I and my team do every day by making people's lives happier and healthier. We're often the unsung heroes, but we don't do the job for adulation. We do it because we're passionate about it and the beauty we create every day.